Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking about 10 things you need to know before you purchase the brand new car that was added into Grand Theft Auto Online today, the Grotti Cheetah Classic. So let's jump straight into this and let's get it started. So the Grotti Cheetah Classic is now available in Grand Theft Auto Online, and you can purchase it on the Legendary Motorsports site. So let's start with our barrier to entry, and that is price. So the price is $865,000. Now, there's a couple things about this. Number one, it's the cheapest car, the cheapest vehicle we're going to be receiving in all of the gun running update. So if you're tight on cash, but you want a cheap vehicle, well, this might be the one you want to go for because every other one after this is going to be more expensive. What's also interesting is it kind of puts it right in between the other two classic cars that were released from the previous DLC. The Grotti Turismo Classic is $705,000, and we know the Infernus Classic is $915,000. So it is literally smacked right in the middle of those prices. So I would say it's pretty fair given the price of other classic vehicles we've seen like this on the Legendary Motorsports site. Now, when you go ahead and upgrade that vehicle, which we're not going to be talking about the customization in this video. I did a live stream on that earlier. But when you apply all the upgrades, when you make it fully modded, it's going to be around $1.34 million. So that $865,000 just gets you in the door, but to upgrade it, it's going to be around $1.34 million. Now, let's talk about when you actually get the car. So one of the first few things I noticed about this vehicle that I love are the pop-up headlights. I think that those are incredible. I love that feature on the Grotti Turismo Classic and the Infernus Classic. It's just an amazing feature, and I think it looks so cool. However, one thing I don't love on this car in particular is the fact that the lights that are built into the grille and the bumper of the car, they don't actually work. The pop-up lights are the only ones that work. It doesn't matter if you change the front bumper options, as it gives you different lights based off of what option you choose. They don't work for whatever reason. And I'm not sure if this was an error on Rockstar's part or if they were going for something that's maybe a little bit more realistic. I would think that'd be kind of odd for lights on a car to not work intentionally. But regardless, this is one of the things that kind of bothers me about this. There's other vehicles like the Coil Brawler that function the same way, where lights on the car just simply don't work. So maybe you guys will have a better answer for that than I do. I just thought that this was pretty weird that, the lights are there, but they literally don't work. Even in nighttime, they don't work at all. So that's just something that kind of bothered me just a little bit. But overall, I don't think it detracts from this amazing vehicle. And one of the reasons why this vehicle is amazing is because out of all the sports classic cars in the game, this vehicle has the most customization options, not only in terms of the amount, in terms of categories where we have 22 different options, but also the amount that you can do once you're inside the LSC. I think there's like 19 different spoiler options, a ton of bumpers, a ton of fenders and options for the hood. It's crazy. So the customization for this car is definitely an A+. Now, one of those cool things is the customization for the roof. We get these sun visors or sun strips. However, one of the things I dislike about them is Rockstar made the colors so that you can't match them with normal paint jobs. So for example, let's take this badge blue sun strip. It matches none of the blues that we have in game. So I don't know how you would get that to match up perfectly. Would you have to do it via a crew color or something completely different? I'm really not sure how you would ultimately go about doing that. And same with the other ones as well. Like even the normal one, the Grotti Nation one, the white one, the regular one, they don't seem to match really any color in the game, which for me is a little frustrating because I like to have that nice symmetry between the accessories in my car and the main paint job. So again, you guys probably will have an answer for this that I don't, but I just thought that that was a little weird. The Rockstar didn't make those colors that we could match in the game, although they've done that before with other liveries. So that isn't surprising that they've done that here. If we move on to another customization option, the spoiler, this car does get a traction bonus from applying a spoiler. Now, because we have so many, this point is important. Some of the spoiler options won't give you a physical spoiler, but even though that's the case, you're still getting the traction bonus. So you don't have to have an actual spoiler on there to get the traction bonus as long as you've selected something other than none. So for example, like the classic spoiler, doesn't really give you a spoiler. It just changes up the way it covers up the engine block or whatnot. So I know that might be a little bit confusing, but just keep that in mind when you are customizing this car. If we move on to the stock wheels cannot be changed. Their color cannot be changed at all. I think it's because they're chrome by default. So even if you try it via the iFruit app, it's not going to work. And also, I think these are like very unique stock wheels. Last week we had the Wagner, which its stock wheels were not unique at all. This one is. So I'm not sure what wheels you would try and replicate it if you wanted to go for something similar. Maybe some like tuner wheels or muscle. I'm really not too sure. And then if we move on to the interior, one thing you'll notice is that you can change the color via trim, which is cool. It doesn't change everything, but it does change a lot. However, the white stitching on this car cannot be changed, which to me is a little bit unfortunate because that might not work with the color scheme you want to go for. You might not necessarily love the color white on the inside of your car. So unfortunately, the stitching cannot be changed, even though the trim color can. Again, something that's just slightly disappointing, even though I am absolutely in love with the overall feel of this car. And really the last thing we need to talk about today is the performance of this vehicle. How does it stack up with the two kings, or I guess I should say like the three kings of the sports classic class, the two new ones, the Turismo Classic and the Infernus Classic, and the Sterling GT, which is still very competitive. How does it stack up to those? Well, it's actually very competitive. I'll leave a link to a video that I actually watched earlier today. It was really cool. It was an awesome testing of 4 of the fastest and best sports classic cars, and the new Cheetah Classic is right there. So it's not the quickest. It still is not better than the Turismo Classic, but it is by a fraction of a second. So the times were ultra close. I'll show you guys a screenshot of the final results right now so you can take a look at it for yourself. So that little amount of difference isn't enough to make this a car that you say, whoa, 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 it's just not the best in its class. I'm not going to buy it. You can easily win sports classic races with the Cheetah Classic. It is very competitive. From my experience so far, I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It doesn't seem to spin out or slip or lose grip or anything like that. And I just really overall enjoy this car. For me, I would personally purchase this for its looks and for that 80s Ferrari Testarossa nostalgia. But the fact that it is one of the best sports classic cars that we have in the game is just another great bonus that makes this vehicle that much better and just truly awesome. So if you want a more in-depth breakdown on why this vehicle is really awesome, or how it performs exactly compared to some of the other cars, your best bet is to probably watch someone like Bruffy. But as far as this video goes, if you're worried about the performance of this car and it's something that might hold you back from buying this vehicle, well, don't, because it's actually pretty awesome and it competes super well with the other cars in its class. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. 10 things you need to know before buying the brand new Grotti Cheetah Classic here in Grand Theft Auto Online. Let me know what you think about this awesome new vehicle in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Quick reminder, I am doing a shark card giveaway for the Cheetah Classic that'll be ending on Friday. So link to that will be in the description. But of course, without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.